This is exactly right.
The Hulu original series Furious is now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
Starring Emmy Rossum as Alice Black, Furious follows a rookie FBI agent on the hunt for Catherine, played by Lola Pettigrew, a mysterious and calculating female serial killer.
While Alice upholds justice, Catherine kills for it, terrorizing the rich and powerful men of New York in her pursuit of vengeance.
With secrets that change everything, Alice discovers there's a thin line between hunter and prey.
Watch the Hulu original series Furious.
Now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Goodbye. If you're thinking about your bra all day, you're probably wearing the wrong bra.
Your bra should clock in, do its job, and clock out.
That's where Honeylove comes in.
Honeylove is an independent, female-founded brand with products designed by women who actually wear them.
Honeylove recently launched their new crossover contour bra, which features their best-selling wireless crossover bra design, plus built-in molded light foam pads for extra support and a beautifully contoured shape.
And Honeylove is now offering a crossover triple bra bundle. You can get huge savings by buying 3 at once.
But Honeylove doesn't just make bras and shapewear. They built a full line of tanks, bodysuits, and underwear with supportive structure, smoothing fabrics, and premium finishes.
Treat yourself to the most advanced bras and shapewear on the market.
Use our exclusive link to save 20% off Honeylove at honeylove.com/MFM.
That's honeylove.com/MFM.
After you check out, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you.
Experience the new standard in comfort and support with Honeylove.
Goodbye.
Hey everybody, here's the thing about other home security systems. They're all designed for after the window breaks, after someone's inside, after you get the notification, after the police come. SimpliSafe is the first system designed for before, stopping a break-in before it even begins.
That's right. Unlike traditional security systems that only alert you after a break-in is already underway, SimpliSafe is designed to help prevent the crime before it starts. Their cameras can detect suspicious activity at the perimeter and alert live U.S.-based agents. Then SimpliSafe's agents assess the threat, intervene, speak through the camera to scare off the intruders, and call for 911 dispatch.
That's right, and SimpliSafe has been protecting your world for 20 years, everybody. So celebrate their anniversary and save 60% on your new SimpliSafe system at simplisafe.com/stuff. That's 60% off, you guys, at simplisafe.com/stuff. Plus, when you order, write in our show name and the How Did You Hear About Us survey to let them know that we sent you. Don't forget, there's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Hello.
And welcome
To Rewind, right? With Karen and Georgia. That's what show this is.
Yep. I don't know how that got split up. This is our new weekly bonus episode where we get in a little time machine and go back to reflect on our very first episodes of this podcast.
Today, we're going to revisit episode 13. That's called 13 Going on Murdy.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Thursday, April 21st, 2016.
So this episode was the 3-month anniversary of the podcast starting.
Who fucking knew it would be 6 months total that we did this podcast?
I mean, just let's go back and whisper in our little 2016 breaks. Guess what?
Hey, girl.
Hey, guess what?
Hey, guess what?
It's going to keep happening. So anyway, we're celebrating, we're looking back, we're reviewing, we're discussing. So join us. Go find your favorite goth, your favorite punk, and a grandma and invite them to listen along because now we all get to be day one listeners.
Okay, let's listen to the intro to episode 13.
All the way down to the LBC. Are we going to podcast down to the LBC today?
Yeah, this is Karen on the 1-2. That's Karen on the 1-2.
That's Georgia on the 3/4s.
There we go. Hey, welcome to My Favorite Murder.
This is Karen.
That's Karen. This is Georgia. Remember our voices.
Remember, make mental pictures and then listen to horrible things from us.
Then get ready to party.
Party with knives. Guys, there's so much going on.
So much going on.
This is going to be chock full.
Yeah, this episode is about 1980s murders.
80s murders. It's episode Lucky 13.
Yay.
And we decided that we'd do when we decide these things, it's so random. We're just trying to interest ourselves.
Yeah.
And make something that we think will get. For me, I was trying to think of something that make us dig deep and go maybe off ours. My standard interest is the murder of marginalized people so that I can come back and talk about and shake my finger at society and how society works.
And how we've wronged.
And how we've all been so wrong.
Yeah, and we've wronged and been wronged.
But then I think last week we got a little deep and personal and kind of sad. And so I was trying to think of like 80s murders would be like, immediately I'm thinking, come home in the morning. Like, you know, it's a Cyndi Lauper feel.
It's a fun murder.
It's a fun triangle, pink triangles and light blue dots type of feel.
Okay. I should let you know that mine isn't fun.
Okay.
Mine is marginalized people.
I mean, I feel like there's almost no way that it's not going to be that way.
Well, the 80s just did a number on murder because I feel like there was a lot of horrific murders coming out.
Yes. And I think when I was researching mine, I found when people talk today about that we live in rape culture in the 80s, it was like that flag was flying high.
Well, it wasn't a rape culture back then because no one cared about rape. It was like, wasn't it like legal to rape your wife?
Yeah, and it was like she wore a short skirt, so she deserved it, and everyone would high five in the courtroom.
There wasn't a rape.
It was fucked up, guys.
It wasn't a rape culture because it was just culture.
It was culture.
It wasn't rape.
Yeah, there was no delineation. It was just like this is culture, and too bad, accept it. There's nothing you can do.
Right. Don't wear it. You shouldn't have worn that, and you shouldn't have talked to this person. Karen, what do you have in front of you?
Oh, guys. Yeah, before we get into the main course, let's do some apps. Let's have an appetizer happy hour.
Yes, give me some murder consomme.
Now, people talked about this on the Facebook page. Of course, there's no way to jump the Facebook page. No. When shit comes out, it's going to hit there first. Yeah. But I too, like someone who posted this on our Facebook page, bought the In Touch Weekly that had Jean Benet's cases finally solved on the cover.
Yeah, but they're like, but we're not telling you, right?
Well, it can't be for sure because now it's gone into, it's almost like JFK theorists where it's all just split into these lunatic satellite theories. The reason I think this one has much more weight to it is because it's the original private investigator that the Ramseys hired. Yeah,
but if the Ramseys hired them, is he gonna disclose what he knows about the Ramseys?
I don't know. I mean, you would think not, but then he's no longer on their payroll. He just started investigating independently from when they were cleared. But someone made this great point on the Facebook page that like rung my bell, which is you cannot clear the Ramseys if the case has not been solved.
Right.
Somebody came in and was like, don't worry about them. They're fine. And it's like, but there's no person. It's not like you're saying that and then you're bringing up this is the actual suspect.
Like, and the reason we know they're not guilty is because of so-and-so. Because they still haven't cleared all the evidence that points to them.
There's so much. And there's just so much. It's it becomes like it's the Jack the Ripper thing where when you go over the path over and over, everything gets muddied and crazy and you suddenly don't know where the path is anymore.
Well, the thing that's frustrating to me is that anytime someone is like, here's the theory and here's why, every single one of them makes total sense.
Sure.
And you're like, okay, yeah, I could see that. And they are like, they pick and choose the evidence that supports that and it makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you hear, the evidence is something totally different. And you're like, that makes sense too.
Right.
So it's hard.
It's very hard. And in this article itself, this happened to me, which here, I'll say this first. This is how terrible I am with the digital age we live in. This article was 4 pages long and I dipped out on page 3. I was like, I can't read that. I don't want to read this anymore. But I'll tell you why. Because it's this, what's his name? Ali Gray is this private investigator. So he's got a team of people helping him for this investigation. They think it's a guy named Michael Helgoth who did it.
Oh, they say who they think did it.
Yeah. And they think he did it with other people, but this guy has killed himself, quote unquote, killed himself since that time, which the bullet went from left to right and the gun was laying on the right hand side. So they're like, that's not a suicide.
Right.
So they think that he was killed to be silenced as the people that did it with him want to make sure that he doesn't fuck them up and get them sent to jail.
So they think it's one guy or multiple guys?
They think that there was multiple guys. It's all different people saying all different things.
Because then why wouldn't they kill? If it was just the two of them, I could see that. But if it was three, yeah, okay, so it's three. Then why didn't whoever killed that one guy kill the other guy too?
They could still do it. Or maybe they have. Like, we don't know because we don't know who those other two people are. But apparently this guy, Michael Helgoth, Ollie Gray, for some reason that name will not stay into my head.
No.
Ollie Gray says this guy is caught on tape admitting to the murder.
Where's the tape? What's the tape? Let me see the tape.
It's let's see. The tape was removed from Mike's house after he died in 1997, but apparently it was overlooked by the police and returned to Mike's family.
And why do they think he did it?
Because he admits it on this tape. And then there are witnesses who say they saw three men leave the house in a station wagon. There's a girlfriend who says, my boyfriend came back in a station wagon I'd never seen before, changed blood splattered clothes. It's a bunch of that kind of shit. But it's nothing is being reported to the police in a firm factual way. As far as I can tell from this very lightly skimmed article. Here's why I stopped reading this article. Because one of the people whose picture is next to Ollie Gray's in the article is a guy named John, it looks like Kennedy or Kennedy.
Okay.
And he has a lot to say about this guy and what he's like. And he killed cats when he was little and he's really messed up and he owned a taser and JonBenet was tased and all this different stuff. Unfortunately, in the second paragraph, it says, oh shoot, sorry, I'm on the wrong page. On the third page of this article, it says, Kennedy, who has a questionable past himself after being sentenced to 3 years supervised probation in 1979 for sexual assault on a child.
Oh my God.
Phoned the Boulder Police Department nearly 20 times. No one would call me back, he says. So immediately, that's when I was like, why am I reading this article? This is the reason nobody's listening to these theories is because you now have a child rapist that's like, I know who did it.
Yeah.
Well, that's like criminals, reporting each other.
It's never going to be solved.
It's the messiest fucking thing.
Do you think I don't think it'll ever be solved.
I mean, I have to say, I don't know, but I had to buy this.
Yeah. No, you needed to do that. I'm glad you brought it out of your bag and I was like, yay! Why didn't I think of that? Yay!
Every page of this magazine is absolute trash, including this article that's all just like, and of course they have all the pictures of like Patsy's writing and then the note and everything you'd want. But it doesn't help anything.
No, I don't think it'll ever be solved. And unless we can do some kind of mind reading in the future, I don't think it's going to be solved.
What's going to help me though a lot is that true crime series they're going to do about this case.
I can't wait for that. I'm going to watch the shit out of it.
But like, will they include things from child rapists? That's what I want to know. Is like who's fact checking that script?
Totally.
I like the idea that I spent this $2.99 so you wouldn't have to.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to try to do that for you.
When it gets solved, is that going to be worth something?
Yeah, I'm definitely putting it into a Ziploc bag and putting it in a file folder.
Put it in your vault.
That's right. At the bank.
You guys will both have vaults.
That'd be amazing to have a vault that when you die, you open it up and it's a bunch of old In Touch weeklies.
Like not even that old though. They're like from like mid 90s.
Pathetic.
Like, yeah. Should we go on to the main course?
Oh, the one thing I do want to say first.
Please do.
Our Facebook page is blowing up so crazy. We love that people keep joining it. It's so fun. And we're going to we had to, it grew so quickly that we had to get some people. I believe their names are Alex and Ari, and we had to get them to moderate. So we just want to be respectful of the fact that they're actually doing work for us and trying to keep the Facebook page as readable and as fun for everybody as possible. So patience as we kind of have weird growing pains because it isn't the original 300 people who are like, their own little club. And we're sorry it can't be that way anymore.
It's almost 3,500. It's fucking crazy.
It's huge.
And also, thanks to you guys on the Facebook page, we also made the top 50 comedy podcasts on iTunes.
Which is crazy. crazy.
How crazy is that?
So quickly. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for participating so much.
The only way we can get on that is if you guys rate, review, and subscribe. Excuse me.
Get it out. Get it out now.
So please keep doing that because that was very fucking exciting.
Oh, and also I haven't checked the Gmail for your emailed hometown murder stories in a while.
Because they went a little crazy.
There's so fucking many. So we will get back on that and do a mini-sode of that pretty soon.
We will. I'm also, because of the Facebook page, I'm really aware of quotes that we're saying because people have been making these inspirational posters
that are so hilarious.
So funny of stupid, not stupid, but hilarious quotes we've been saying.
Yeah. It's very cool.
It's so rad. So now every time I say something, I'm like, is this going to be made into an inspirational quote?
Don't start trying to talk in quotes.
I'm not going to. I don't want to.
But then you pull out notes in your pocket.
Yeah, but I happen to, and my hand has writing all over it. But anyway.
And we're back. The great Aaron Brown, who is our marketing director, but also helps us make these episodes, actually went and found an In Touch Weekly magazine so we could actually look at it.
The one that we had been looking at.
That we were talking about. I mean, that's just dedicated work that she is doing.
I think this is from when they exonerated, and I'm putting that in quotes, the parents without any actual evidence.
They were just kind of saying, well, because the headline is finally solved.
Oh, that's true.
Where it's just kind of that's quite a promise.
That is. You got to deliver something great if you're going to promise that, right?
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
But it also kind of shows how this is the kind of thing where it's it says there, America's biggest murder mystery, where it's everyone cared about this little girl just being murdered in her home.
Totally. I mean, I can't believe it's still not been solved.
It's wild.
Let's see. The Facebook group's going strong. We have 3,500 members, which is a ton of people. And we have a bunch of moderators are being thanked finally and, appreciated them, all the hard work they did.
Yeah. Alex and Ari, thank you so much because they were the original moderators on that. Back when that Facebook page was small and manageable.
It was like your grandma's kitchen.
Yeah.
You just go in there and have a seat. There'd be country themed decor.
Yeah, it smelled like cookies, and it was just a place where the other people who are listening to this podcast, and there weren't that many, could all kind of talk and gather.
Yeah, sit around a Formica table, have some tea.
And essentially build the murder, you guys built the Murderino community there and together. That's where it all kind of started.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
To have watched that happen.
Yeah, totally. And we're on the top 50 of comedy podcasts, which I was excited about. You probably weren't.
Well, I mean, my whole thing was you were getting very excited.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want you to be disappointed. I was trying to be you can be excited, but what if something else happens?
Yeah.
Be ready for a different thing. And, I'm happy and proud to say I was wrong. I was very wrong.
So our theme for episode 13 is our favorite murders from the 80s. So I remember you telling me this story because I had never heard it before.
Oh, yeah.
The Preppy Murders.
Sorry, really quick. Before we get into the Preppy Murders, my friend Owen Ellickson is the one who suggested 13 going on Murdy. Mm-hmm. And I think he either texted me or sent it. He was my boss on the first scripted show I ever got to write on. And it was such an honor that he was paying attention at all or cared. It was just that weird thing where I was like, oh, this is a different thing than anything I've ever worked on before, where there are people that I know that are paying attention, that are in it with us, that know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's not all that common here in big time Los Angeles.
That's so true.
Or if they are, people don't tell you.
Right. Especially if they like it, because then it's I'm not going to give her a big head.
Yeah, exactly. Or there's certainly, but I mean, Owen's a great guy. So that made me laugh really hard. And that was, that was it. That's a great title and a great suggestion. So again, thank you for that. I think we thanked him at the time.
Okay, so let's listen to Karen's story about the Preppy Murders.
The Hulu original series Furious is now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+. From Liz Merriweather, the Emmy-nominated executive producer of Dying for Sex and The Dropout, comes a gripping psychological thriller.
Starring Emmy Rossum, Furious follows Alice Black, a rookie FBI agent on the hunt for Catherine, a mysterious and calculating female serial killer.
It's Alice's first case on the job, and she's already bitten off more than she can chew.
While Alice believes justice is achieved through law enforcement, Catherine has lost all faith in the legal system.
She's taken it upon herself to terrorize the rich and powerful men of New York in her pursuit of vengeance.
As Alice and Catherine's twisted game of cat and mouse unfolds, the lines between good and evil and right and wrong begin to blur.
With shocking crimes, tangled relationships, and secrets that change everything, Alice discovers there's a thin line between hunter and prey.
Watch the Hulu original series, Furious.
Now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Goodbye.
Some flavors will always make you smile.
And with Kachava's new cinnamon French toast flavor, you can enjoy the taste of your favorite childhood breakfast without the sugar crash.
Kachava is an all-in-one nutrition shake that comes in so many delicious flavors, including the brand new cinnamon French toast.
It's made with real cinnamon bark for the richest, deepest, most authentic flavor.
And just 2 scoops provide complete nutrition your body craves with protein, fiber, greens, and so much more.
Kachava provides clean nutrition to fuel wherever your day takes you. No fillers, no nonsense. Okay, the Exactly Right Media office has all become obsessed with Kachava because they keep sending us these amazing boxes of all the flavors, and everyone kind of fights over it now. So we got this new flavor in, and I mean, there was like a line to try it. It's pretty great.
We're real believers in the whole Kachava line, so treat yourself to a childhood favorite.
Go to Kachava.com and use code MFM for 15% off your first order.
That's Kachava, Kachava.com, code MFM. Go to Kachava.com and use code MFM for 15% off your first order.
Goodbye.
Bye. There's always a point in the day when your feet decide they've had enough.
Especially if you've been running errands, traveling, or my favorite, just standing around.
And that's where Reef comes in.
Reef has been known for comfort since the 1980s. While many people think of their sandals first, they now make comfortable everyday shoes as well.
Like women's Neptune, a lightweight, everyday slip-on shoe with a crush back heel so you can wear it traditionally or step on the heel and wear it like a slide.
It's lightweight and breathable, which makes a noticeable difference if you're on your feet for long stretches.
You know, we got some of these shoes.
I know, they're so cute.
They're super cute, but they are really lightweight. You don't think about that. Sometimes when I'm wearing like this heavy running shoes, they weigh your feet down. And these Reef ones are like super kicky and comfortable.
Check out the Neptune on reef.com. That's REEF, and redeem 15% off your first purchase.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Do you want to go first?
I will go first.
80s murder.
Come home in the morning. Quack, quack, quack.
That's what 80s makes you think of?
Yeah, immediately Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
Because I was a total 80s kid. So this murder happened. I completely remember it. It was 1986. I was 16. This was like right there when I was starting to go like, oh shit, like the real world is heavy duty.
16 is realizing that,
bad things can happen to you. And yet, was I still a blackout drunk? You bet I was, lady.
Did I still walk alone at night?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
I was the queen of, that can happen in my town.
Right.
So my murder is the Preppy murder. Do you remember that?
Preppy murder.
Robert Chambers and Jennifer Levin, New York City, 1986.
No, tell me everything.
Okay, so this was big because back then, and it's so funny to talk about and to look it up because it now seems like 100 years ago.
Right.
But in the 80s, the big thing back then was being rich. This was like a little bit after Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
Where people started to acknowledge that there was another way to be besides popular, rich, blonde, skinny, on coke, and wearing an Izod shirt.
Right. It's like us against them kind of a thing.
Exactly. But up until that point, it was basically like, this is the only thing you can be. And if you're anything else, you're just invisible and no one gives a shit about you, or you'll get beaten up and thrown into a garbage can.
Yeah.
So it was very much like the greed is good Gordon Gekko era of like the poster that had the Porsche with the naked lady on it that was like boys and their toys.
It's like
That's standard fare.
It's like everyone was assumed to be reaching for the same goal of being wealthy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now when you watch American Psycho, which seems totally insane now, it really was like that. That's just like a satirized, campy version of exactly how it was. in August 26, 1986, it was right before people were going back to college or going away to college for the first time. And there was a bar, I believe it was the Upper West Side. I should have written it down. Sorry. It could be the Upper East Side, but I think it was the Upper West Side. And it was called Dorian's Red Hand. And that's where all the rich kids, prep school kids used to go. They could actually go there and drink underage. And their parents kind of knew that that's where they went.
Yeah.
And they liked that they went there as opposed to anywhere else.
Oh my God, like they knew where they were.
Yeah, they knew where they were. It was a little bit of a clubhouse. It was very insidery. And it was like a very specific sect of like from like 17 to 23-year-olds that went to this bar.
And they probably weren't blackout drunks too. It was like, you have a reputation, you need to hold your shit. So it's not like they were going to some dive bar or something.
Right. It was like networky and kind of clubby, but I think there was a ton of coke back then.
Oh my God. All the 80s ate all the coke.
They did. At the beginning of the 80s, they thought coke wasn't bad for you.
Right.
They honestly believed it was like B12, which is the greatest. So anyway, at this bar is a guy named Robert Chambers. And he was, I found an Old People magazine article from 1986.
I bet it's worth so much money.
Which is, well, it was online, but if I had the real thing, but it talked about, here's how it described him. Robert Chambers seemed like every teen girl's dream. The son of a record promoter, he grew up in an elegant townhouse next to Carnegie Mansion. And as a child, he belonged to the Knickerbocker Grays, which was an anachronistic but very upper crust boys drill team whose members have included Vanderbilts, Roosevelts, and Rockefellers. He was no scholar, but he'd been a debate team member and soccer star at York Preparatory School. He was a rather charming, pleasant society boy, sums up his former headmaster. Every girl had a crush on him.
So he would have never dated us, is what you're saying.
Oh no, this guy, if I was in the bar with him, he would have looked past me like I was part of the wallpaper.
Oh my God.
But he had kind of fallen on hard times. And the thing is, with the perspective of knowing that this was a world of like Sperry topsiders, people like, I grew up in a farm town and people tried to pretend like they were preppies. Because preppy was basically saying, you go to prep school, you're rich.
Yeah.
And no one was in my town, yet tons of people tried to dress like that.
That was like the mall culture and the look of
the day.
Clean cut wealth.
Totally.
And like influence too. Because if you were he went to school with fucking Vanderbilts. You have influence.
Exactly. So his parents got divorced and then the money stopped coming in from the dad.
Uh-oh.
And he also, they say from age 14, he had a pretty bad drug habit.
Oh, shit.
So, his parents had separated. He got kicked out of Boston University for bad grades. And he was only 19 when this happened. So he'd only been there for a year. So he fucked up there pretty quickly. According to his advisor, he'd been treated the spring before a drug rehab program in Minnesota for coke. But he came back to New York City and was quote unquote on the circuit. And he was 6'3", 220 pounds, and he was as popular as ever when he came back.
Did you see a photo of him? Is he super hot?
Yes. You know who he looks like?
Who?
He's like kind of a more buffed out. You remember the reporter from Making a Murderer who was that good looking guy?
Cute.
He looks like that guy, but with a crazier, more cartoony square chin.
Wow. So like good genes.
Sharp faced, the first guy you would see when you walk into a bar.
Did he have your favorite attribute of a person? High forehead. Did he, Karen?
I think he did. He was perfectly set up. He was like tall, football player looking, blue eyes, dark hair, big eyebrows.
How does none of those children ever turn out like just kind of ugly or plain?
No, because it's all the breeding. It's like the rich people don't pick plain people.
Totally.
It's not like, I love this handsome woman for her brain. That never fucking happens.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Kind of ever. So anyway.
Sorry, go on.
So he was there, and then this girl, Jennifer Levin, was there, and she was described as a magnet. Everyone seemed to gravitate toward her. She was 5'7", 120 pounds, brunette with great style. She was voted best looking and best figure in her senior class yearbook. She liked parties better than books, but she had a goal. She had saved $1,600 from working in a restaurant over the summer, and she was sending herself to junior college.
Wow. So she wasn't a rich girl.
No, but she was like in the mix. So I think she was like, she may have gone to those schools, but no, it sounded like she was more, she was more of made herself.
She's the perfect murder victim.
Self-made. That's right. Well, the thing is, like, she had an uncle that wrote for Sports Illustrated. I don't remember what her parents did. I do remember very distantly reading a big long article about her either in the New York Times or the New Yorker. But it was all about how her parents were more like the arty types. Like someone had money somewhere, but like she had to earn her own.
Yeah.
And so you'll see this girl gets totally fucking reamed by this defense attorney setup.
Oh my God, tell me. Okay, keep going. I don't know this one. I'm so excited.
Okay. This was kind of amazing. And actually looking back on it now, I'm amazed of how we all just ingested things. There was, no internet. You just kind of took it as it was given to you.
Yeah.
So this is just a quick story. She had charm. Her family recalled what happened one day 3 weeks before the murder, when she, riding in a taxi, told the cabbie that she was nervous about her impending driver's exam. Before long, the hack had shut off the meter and was tutoring her in parallel parking.
Oh.
So that's how charming she was. She never got to take that test because she went to Dorian's Red Hand that night and everyone was there kind of saying goodbye and like everyone's going off to college, whatever. And Robert Chambers is there. Now, they had dated a little bit before that. Robert Chambers' current girlfriend breaks up with him in front of everybody by throwing a bag of condoms at him and saying, "You're not going to be using these with me anymore." And people think that the reason she broke up with him was because of Jennifer Levin, that she found out that he had been cheating on her with Jennifer Levin. That's a theory. I didn't find anything that was like, this is definitive. Yeah. But it is definitive that this girl very publicly humiliated him and broke up with him in the really hideous way. So there was a couple different times listed in different articles I read, somewhere between 3:45 and 4:30 in the morning. Jennifer and Robert Chambers leave this bar and walk across the street into Central Park, which is apparently the common thing, is people would they said if Dorian's Red Hand was the meat market, Central Park was the grill. So you'd meet somebody and chat with them and everyone would go into the park to have sex.
That was a dangerous park back then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
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 Like, what respectable girl wants to get boned in Central Park?
But I guess it was kind of like also Upper West Side, if it is West Side, which I think it is. I remember walking there when I lived in New York and being shocked at how safe it seemed. I was walking home at 11 o'clock at night. The streets are super busy, well lit. There's a doorman every 500 feet.
That's true.
I think also they lived in a world where they thought nothing could ever happen to them.
Right.
So 2 hours later, Jennifer's body is found by a bicyclist riding through Central Park. It's found behind the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Her shirt and bra are pushed up around her neck. Her skirt is above her waist, and her underwear are 50 yards away. And her whole body is bruised and battered, has cuts and bite marks all over it.
Wow.
So the police start processing the scene, and they don't say how they know this, but I found this in every article about this. Robert Chambers watched the police process the scene from across the street. He lived minutes away walking distance, and he watched them as they put up the tape and did the whole thing.
Probably the doorman said he was standing outside the door or something like that.
Yeah, someone saw it. So basically, when the cops do their footwork, they find out that he's the last person seen with her. So they go to his fancy townhouse. He opens the door and he's got scratches on his face and arms. And when you see the picture, it literally is one long one in the middle and little ones down the side. It's a hand scratch down his face. And he had him on his arms. And he said it was his cat. Then the cops find out the cat had been declawed. So then he changes his story and said, yes, I did leave the bar with her, but then she left to go get cigarettes and I never saw her after that. Well, she didn't smoke.
Oh, yeah.
So then finally they get him, he has a taped confession, and this is what his taped confession is. He says, he and Jennifer had gone from the bar to Central Park where they had sex, including a bondage game in which Levin tied up Chambers' wrists with her panties. In the middle of this, in his version of events, something went wrong. She hurt me, he says. I told her to stop. She wouldn't. So freeing his hands, he said, I pulled her backwards. And then he claims he hit her once. And that's how she got killed.
It is so unfair, dude. That's so unfair.
Well, the assistant district attorney who was in that interview said to him, I've been in this business a while and you're the first man I've seen raped in Central Park. So people weren't buying it from the outset.
It upsets me so much when a person like him can't just, you're taking a little responsibility, just go the whole way instead of blaming it on her. It's so unfair.
I know, but we are talking about, this is like, I'm sure part of it, this is a drug addict. This is a person who's slowly sliding down the status mountain. And he probably is used to getting everything he wants and having everything go his way. Yeah. And if he's a narcissist and possibly a sociopath, he's not going to handle this correctly ever or cop to it. And he probably doesn't have the kind of parents that are like, hey, guess what? Do the right thing.
Yeah. All is true. I'm coming at it from my own personality.
Why can't things be good?
Right.
Yeah, of course. So this race scenario was considered to be highly unlikely in the light of the fact that Chambers was more than a foot taller than Jennifer. This says she was 5'4". That's much different than 5'7", which is from the different article. Anyway, but he was a foot taller than her and 100 pounds heavier than her. Yeah. So everyone's just like, yeah, I don't think so. Now, here's the problem. The way his defense attorneys did it, the articles that start coming out, because of course the media has to go with the grossest version of the story. Yeah. So the New York Daily News had headlines like how Jennifer courted death and sex play got rough. And her reputation was totally attacked while Chambers was portrayed as a Kennedy-esque preppy altar boy with a promising future.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, why media? Why?
I mean, and it's that gross thing of like, you see people talking about it online all the time now where it's like that Planned Parenthood shooter where they were like, he was sad and lonely. And it's like, why are we talking about how hard it was for the guy who just shot all these people? We're not talking about the victims.
Totally. Maybe they were sad and lonely too. But they didn't fucking shoot anyone.
I mean, it's the weird media bias that, we're all starting to become more and more aware of as time goes by.
One outlet picks it up and the others all have to go along with it.
Right. And it's like, it's the same thing as these days of like clickbait. It's just the old version of clickbait.
Yeah.
In court, the defense sought to depict Levin as a promiscuous woman who kept a quote-unquote sex diary, except for that never existed. She had a small notebook that contained the names and phone numbers of her friends and notations of ordinary appointments. So she just had like a day runner like everybody else. And they tried to say she had a sex diary and she was that much of a slut. Even as if, hey, guess what? Even if that was true, you don't get to murder her.
No, but in the 80s, that's a legitimate defense.
Yeah. But these tactics, luckily, they were met with public outrage, and there were protesters demonstrating outside the courtroom, calling themselves Justice for Jennifer. So people got super pissed that that's the way they did it.
Good.
And the prosecutors came right out and said he was high and drunk, and he killed her in a rage because he could not perform sexually, and that's really what happened. The jury deadlocked for 9 days. A plea bargain was struck in which Chambers pleaded guilty to a lesser crime of manslaughter in the first degree, which is a Class B felony, and to one count of burglary for thefts from 1986. Who cares about that? So he served from March 22nd, 1988 to February 14th, 2003. But he's still in jail now because he got out and almost immediately got arrested again for selling drugs. He tried to move to the South with his girlfriend, then he moved back to New York, and basically they got him immediately. Wow. And he's still in jail now.
What was it like in jail for him that he immediately went out and sold drugs? He just didn't learn a fucking thing.
He didn't. Yeah, he never got clean. And I think he probably, knowing that was something he would have to face once he did, he's just like, fuck it,
How did he get paroled if he wasn't even fucking reformed or
I mean, right? Yeah. These are the questions that we ask at every fucking episode.
Seriously.
No, but here's the grosser part. In April 1988, the tabloid television program A Current Affair obtained and broadcast a home video showing Chambers at a party when he was free on bail. So this was before the trial. And he was shown in the video playing with 4 lingerie-clad girls, choking himself with his hands while making loud gagging noises, twisting a Barbie doll's head off, and saying in a falsetto, "My name is Oops, I think I killed it."
What?
And there is a movie called The Preppy Murders starring William Baldwin and Laura Flynn Boyle as Jennifer Levin.
Oh, no.
That you can watch if you want to hear even more of that hideous story.
That makes me so sad. I want to know how his parents, how they reacted, what they're doing now. They keep in touch with him. I want to know everything.
Well, and also there was a ton of like, to me, this is about, he was very Catholic. He had a lot of family in the Catholic Church in New York City. There was a lot of like not Anglican, but his Catholic priests coming forward and people kind of attesting because he was this fucking altar boy.
Yeah.
It was all that shit. And to me, it's the sexuality issue between the Catholics and Jewish people where it's a healthy, normal thing to have sex and be sexual.
So she was Jewish and he was Catholic.
Yep. And I think there was that cultural thing of like, oh, yeah, but she deserved it.
Yeah.
Or she was loose, or she did stuff like this.
Or she was like asking for it.
Or she was asking for it.
I mean, the tying up thing is interesting to me because, all right, let's say you were going to go into Central Park to fool around when you're drinking. Like, you just have a quick fuck. You don't role play and get into, you know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine someone being like, let's get so complicated into like our sex acts that we play with bondage. In a park, maybe at home, but not in a park.
Not in a park. And also, in my opinion, the way that her clothes were does not sound like she was complicit in what was happening.
Totally.
Her shirt and bra being pulled up to her neck.
Yeah.
Everything just seems like, I get it. If it's a quickie, you leave your clothes on and pull your skirt up.
Yeah.
Fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's that kind of shit. And then being bitten all over. Like, nothing lines up.
No.
To anything being casual sex at all.
No.
It's violent.
Absolutely not.
And
it
gross.
is. So he's still in prison then.
He's still in prison.
Thank God.
Yeah. And I think it's, I don't know, it makes me happy that people were protesting, but I think it's a really good thing of when you get fed a story of like rough, the whole idea of rough sex was completely a fabrication on his part. And then this fucking newspaper just runs with it.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, they had rough sex and it went out of control. No.
Yeah.
She thought she was going to have a fun makeout session with the cutest guy in the bar and he fucking killed her.
I wonder where they got the information that they had dated before, because that suggests that she was like willing. So I wonder if that's even true.
Well,
or what it means that they like, maybe they went out, on a date.
Yeah, exactly.
To me, when it says like, well, they went out before, it's like, well, they had screwed before and they were going to screw again in the park. So maybe that wasn't true. And yeah, he raped her. Because it sounds like they had sex before from the information, but that could not be true at all.
Well, also, what makes me think of is like this, we all like people for superficial reasons at first. So it's like, it's the tall, really good looking guy who I'm sure was incredibly charming because he knew how to mix in and blend in to make sure he could fit in with the rich kids. Mm-hmm. And so I'm sure it's that thing of like the guy that you love in the bar, but then when shit goes down and like, it's like they're making out, he can't get hard. It's her fucking fault.
Totally.
It's that creepy thing where it's like, you don't know who people really are until like the shit goes down.
Especially if you had coke dick.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what coke dick is, right?
I hope so. That'll be a very special episode.
I hope people who listen to this know that, because otherwise it's just people that shouldn't be listening to this at all.
So that's mine.
Wow. I had never heard of that one.
Really?
I couldn't read when it happened, so maybe that was kept away from me.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And it's so, they made it as sordid as possible.
Yeah. God, that's so awful. Phew. Okay, that was some real life 80s bullshit right there.
I mean, obviously we were new at this because I sang Cyndi Lauper. You're not allowed to do that.
No, we don't do it like that anymore.
You certainly cannot do that.
No.
Yeah, this is an awful case. Obviously, I said it in the episode, Robert Chambers went to prison for first-degree manslaughter. He was released in 2003. He served the whole sentence. Then he went back to prison on a drug charge and an assault conviction unrelated to the case. He was released from prison in July of 2023 at the age of 56. He served 15 years on that drug charge and assault conviction, and he's going to remain under strict parole guidelines until at least 2028.
This case is so upsetting, the way they dragged her name in the press and made it, it's one of those But look at this bright young man and his future.
And meanwhile, that she started to talk about basically her reputation.
Yeah.
Like, it's so craven. I will use that word because
Totally.
it's disgusting. And that idea that you're going to both sides rape and strangulation is just like, sorry, what are you doing?
The like, we were having consensual, rough sex in the park excuse is so in the middle of the fucking night. You know, it's just so absurd.
It's worth an argument. It's worth kind of saying, hey, as a member of the press, we're not going to entertain his defense argument
right.
as an actual headline.
Totally. As truth. Yikes.
Horrifying.
Oh, the 80s.
I mean, it's just weird. And I think there's young people today, they just don't understand where we've come from. They don't, like, that idea where that was normal to us. That was seeing things like that in the media where it's like, well, but what did she do to deserve it?
Totally.
Was absolutely the way we grew up.
Yeah, absolutely. What was she wearing? If you don't do this, you won't be like that too. So make sure you're whatever the way, you know, an innocent, quote, person would act and you'll be fine.
And that it just went unquestioned for years.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what we came up on. It's just, especially seeing it in the light of day now, it's so gross.
Yeah.
It's reprehensible.
It is.
Okay, now we're going to listen to Georgia's story about, this story drives me insane.
I know. Like, I hadn't heard of this story until I found it on the Facebook group. And now I hear about it all the time, thankfully. I just couldn't believe how under the radar it was as someone who's interested in true crime that I had never heard about it. And it needs to be solved and it needs to be talked about more. It's still not solved. So,
Yeah. All right, let's listen to Georgia's story about the Keddie Murders in Cabin 28. The Hulu original series Furious is now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+. From Liz Merriweather, the Emmy-nominated executive producer of Dying for Sex and The Dropout, comes a gripping psychological thriller.
starring Emmy Rossum, Furious follows Alice Black, a rookie FBI agent on the hunt for Catherine, a mysterious and calculating female serial killer.
It's Alice's first case on the job, and she's already bitten off more than she can chew.
While Alice believes justice is achieved through law enforcement, Catherine has lost all faith in the legal system.
She's taken it upon herself to terrorize the rich and powerful men of New York in her pursuit of vengeance.
As Alice and Catherine's twisted game of cat and mouse unfolds, the lines between good and evil and right and wrong begin to blur.
With shocking crimes, tangled relationships, and secrets that change everything, Alice discovers there's a thin line between hunter and prey.
Watch the Hulu original series, Furious.
Now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Goodbye.
There's always a point in the day when your feet decide they've had enough.
Especially if you've been running errands, traveling, or my favorite, just standing around.
And that's where Reef comes in.
Reef has been known for comfort since the 1980s. While many people think of their sandals first, they now make comfortable everyday shoes as well.
Like women's Neptune, a lightweight, everyday slip-on shoe with a crush-back heel so you can wear it traditionally or step on the heel and wear it like a slide.
It's lightweight and breathable, which makes a noticeable difference if you're on your feet for long stretches.
You know, we got some of these shoes.
I know, they're so cute.
They're super cute, but they are really lightweight. You don't think about that. Sometimes when I'm wearing like those heavy running shoes, they weigh your feet down. And these Reef ones are like super kicky and comfortable.
Check out the Neptune on reef.com, that's REEF, and redeem 15% off your first purchase.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Buying clothes is easy. That's why everyone's always doing it.
But finding clothes you actually want to wear is the hard part.
Get all your favorite elevated essentials at Quince.
Quince specializes in effortless, high-quality essentials like ultra-soft organic cotton and premium Mongolian cashmere sweaters. They're beautifully tailored and built to last. And it's not just apparel. Quince also brings that same everyday elevation to everything they offer, from hotel-quality bedding and bath to kitchen staples, essentials, and thoughtfully designed furniture.
They work directly with ethical factories, so you're paying for quality, not brand markup.
It's so true that they have wonderful items that aren't just clothes. I have like 3 of their 100% mulberry silk pillowcases. I've bought throws from there. I've bought bedding from there. And it is just as great quality as their clothes and super affordable.
Upgrade your everyday.
Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/MFM. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns.
Now available in Canada and the UK too.
QUINCE.com/MFM.
Goodbye.
Well, actually, so my murder from the 1980s is one that I hadn't heard about until the Facebook group talked about it.
Ooh.
You know about it But I had never heard of this one, and it's so intense and fucked up that I wanted to talk about it in case other people hadn't heard it too, because I want to ruin everyone's life.
Yay, I'm so excited.
And I guess there's like fucked up photos online that you could see of the crime scene with the bodies. The ones I saw, the bodies are like blacked out, but you can see certain things about it too. And I guess the photos are really troubling, and I'm shocked that I didn't click on it. Yes.
Do you mind if I guess?
Yes.
Is it Cabin 23, the Keddie Murders?
It sure is.
Fuck yes. I only know very little.
It's Cabin 28.
Oh, see, I don't know that much. But I love this one because it's so fucking weird and mysterious.
It's not that far from your hometown, right?
It is. Well, it's hours in, but it's like it's Central California, which is a very weird area. Northern Central California is like no man's land.
Totally. I mean, it's back for California. It's backwoods.
Yes,
which is so surprising. You come to LA and you go to San Francisco and you in all these little towns and you don't think it's like that, but then nope. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of little towns, little mining towns and such where people just stayed and cooked meth.
That's exactly right. It's like bikers and drugs, essentially.
Please don't kill us.
There's definitely good bikers out there.
There's very good bikers out there, for sure. I'm just making sure that, okay. All right. So the Keddie Murders, Keddie. It's an unsolved 1981 American quadruple homicide that occurred in Keddie, California, which was a former resort town in the foothills of California's Sierra Nevada. And so it seemed like this little lake or this little forested area with cabins, a bunch of cabins. The murder took place in cabin 28 during the late evening of April 11th, 1981, or the early morning of the 12th. So there were 3 victims, as I said. The first one was Sue. Her name was Glenna Sue Sharp, and she was 36. And her son, John, who was 15, and John's friend, Dana Wingate, who was 17. And at some point after the crime, it was realized that Sue's daughter, Tina, who was 12, was missing. So what happened was Sue Sharp and her 5 children had been renting the cabin since November 1980. And on the night of April 11th, it's so complicated because Sue is home with her 2 youngest boys who were little kids. And a friend of theirs named Justin was staying the night. So there were 3 little kids in the back bedroom, 3 boys. And this is a tiny cabin. You can see pictures online of the crime scene and what a small cabin it was. And Tina came home. Sue's oldest daughter stayed at the cabin next door, which is always like the chances, man.
Yes.
And Tina, the 12-year-old, was wanting to stay with them. And they were like, no, we want, we're the older girls. We want to be alone, which like the guilt that she must have carried with her. The worst. For the older sister for the rest of her life. So it's 10 p.m. and the next morning, the older sister, Sheila, comes home and finds Sue and her brother's friend, Dana, just brutally murdered. Ugh. Brutally murdered. Let's see. They had all 3 victims had been bound with medical tape and electrical appliance wire. Over 22 feet of medical tape of varying widths were found on the bodies. And there was no medical tape in the house, so it came from somewhere else. The bodies had been bludgeoned with hammers, 2 distinct size hammers, so 2 different hammers. And Sue and John had been stabbed repeatedly, including stab wounds to the throat, which is like, fuck, stabbiness, man. Is that going to be inspirational? No.
It is to me.
Like stabby in the head and neck is like... Because how long does it take to die from a stab wound?
Dude, I don't know, but it just makes me think of my favorite show, I Survived, and there are people who talk about being stabbed in the head. And it actually isn't so bad for the person because there aren't that many nerves in your head. But of course it is. I mean, that's a terrible thing to say.
No.
Not bad, but I mean like... But yeah, it's horrifying. Just being stabbed is horrifying.
I know a guy who got his fucking throat slit and survived.
I want to meet that person.
He was at the beach with his friends and some like fucking psycho like meth head got in a fight with him and he was walking away and the guy came up behind him and he has like a gnarly, like tried to kill him.
Whoa.
Slice.
Guys, can we just say this right now? Don't do meth.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Meth is like devil powder.
It's boiling. It's like boiling your brain and all your fucking logical thinking.
It's not good.
If you have a temper to begin with, it's just gonna fuck Coke too. Don't snort shit.
Yeah. No, don't snort it. But meth, I have a friend, Dave, who was on meth for years and he couldn't get off of it because it's insanely cheap and it's highly addictive. And yet there's shit in it that should never be in the human body.
No.
Terrible.
Oh my God. Trash in it.
We do not condone meth on this podcast.
Absolutely not. No way. We don't condone murder either, even for our own entertainment. Please.
Nope, we're against it.
Yeah,
we do want to discuss it, though.
We do. But if you guys murder someone and you blame it on My Favorite Murder, we will not talk about it. Let's just agree that right now.
Yeah, you won't get famous on this.
No, we will not talk about it.
That's good. We should have said that in the beginning.
If this is somehow tied to the Facebook group, if you guys, they keep wanting to have meetups.
Oh, no way.
We have nothing to do with that. We're not going to talk about it. I don't condone a meetup from My Favorite Murder group unless it's going to a live show that we're doing. And even then, please don't murder us.
Guys, please just be careful.
Oh my God, be careful. Don't get stabbed in the head.
Anyway, keep going.
Anyways, stabbed in the head.
We actually, that going off like that is a little methy of us.
Yeah. Which part?
How we just went down that path for so long.
Well, we both had like 3 cups of coffee.
Yeah, that's very true.
Lunch, I had a lot of coffee. So found near John's body was a flimsy table knife and a bloody hammer. 7-inch butcher knife was found nearby as well. Fuck, man. 7-inch butcher knife.
Really?
Examination of the bodies determined that each of the victims had been bludgeoned with, I already said all that, stab wounds to the throat. Dana, the boy who was the friend, was manually strangled to death and bludgeoned with another weapon, while Sue was bludgeoned with a rifle brought by the killers. Which is such a weird. One pellet from that rifle, fired from the rifle, along with several pieces of the barrel sights, I don't know what that is, I can imagine, were removed from the scene, but the rifle itself was never recovered.
The barrel sights are the little things that stick up that help you aim at the end of the barrel when you're shooting.
Are you a murderer?
No, country. It's just that's like BB gun, like
I'm impressed.
Rifle stuff. I think I'm right. I'm pretty sure.
I believe it. Don't correct us.
That's our new thing. We never want to be corrected.
Don't correct us. It's going to be on the back of the shirts we make.
If we're wrong, let it be.
Yeah. Don't be a know-it-all. A bloody knife was also found among evidence found in the trap. Okay, so basically, the cops completely bungled this investigation. So Tina is missing. She's the 12-year-old girl, which they didn't realize right away. And
because the whole fucking family's dead, right?
Well, the 3 boys in the back are fine and alive and supposedly didn't hear anything, but there's conflicting evidence. There's a blood stain on the door of the kid's room, and one of the main suspects, his son, was one of the kids in the back room. Ooh. So why wouldn't he kill that kid? And there's also, who was the target of this murder and why? And it's thought that Sue, the mom, was because she knew something maybe about drug making. Maybe she was, one of the prime suspects' wife hated her and didn't know that the boys would be home because I guess they were at a local bar and hitchhiked home and weren't expected to be home. So this murderer might have come in to either rape her or something and didn't expect Tina, the little 12-year-old girl, would be sharing a room with the mom. So then had to kidnap her. So she's gone. She's found 4 years. She's found in 1984. Her skull and several other bones were recovered in Butte County. And
was that far away?
I don't know. But the skull was initially found and they thought it was of a young boy. And an anonymous caller called twice and said it's actually Sue, or it's actually Tina. Oh. And guess how many tapes they lost of that recording? Both of them.
All of them.
So the anonymous caller, no trace of him. It also is said...
No, it doesn't matter.
I know. It's also said that a teacher had an obsession with Tina. So maybe that was the case because she was missing. But they were able to age, the skull, she was the same age. She was killed pretty much right away.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not like she was stolen and kidnapped and held.
Kept, yeah.
Yeah. So she was killed. Let's see. So the boys were found uninjured. The case grew cold. Let's see. They released the original and backup copy of the audio of the anonymous call to an undisclosed member of law enforcement. And they were released to the same person and they disappeared. Let's see. The murders remain unsolved, although it's active because good old fucking Reddit is like on the case.
Yeah,
and this is where I got a lot of information from, including the main suspects, which is Martin Smart and his friend John Boubede, Boubede,
Bobidi.
So Smart was a next door neighbor who was good friends with the local sheriff, like besties with the local sheriff, right?
Okay.
And it was Smart's stepson who was staying in the cabin, who was the little kid in the back.
Oh.
And then when he was questioned by law enforcement, he slipped up and said, he's quiet enough to where he could have noticed something without me detecting him. Indicating your stepson was a quiet kid that might have seen you at a murder scene. Right. And then those other kids, the other little kids, terrified.
Yeah, oh my God.
Right. Let's see. And then Boubede had FBI connections and was federally prosecuted because some of organized crime shit. So this guy was a fucking criminal as well. And it's like, I was reading this shit and there are so many criminals that were in this town that it was like a multitude of suspects. Could have been even, let's see, hold on. Let's see. They were questioned, circumstantial evidence, but they're reopening the case.
Oh.
But they've both died of natural causes since then.
Those two suspects?
Yeah, which is like such a bummer that when the main suspects die.
Yeah.
And even when they keep searching and like come to the conclusion, it's such a bummer.
Well, what's super weird to me is usually when people get killed because they find out something they're not supposed to know about, say, a case or a drug deal or whatever, you don't get bludgeoned and stabbed a bunch of times. That's personal.
That's true. And so Sue's body was tied up in a way that was super sexual, but she wasn't raped. She was basically found naked from the waist down, splayed open in a humiliating manner.
Oh.
Which is like, it's almost like they're wanting the person who finds them to be, freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
Luckily,
and degrade her.
Right.
Yeah.
Luckily, the older sister was smart enough to make the little boys in the back room come out at the window so they didn't have to see this scene. And the other thing is the kid who wasn't part of the family, his head was placed on like a pillow. So it's almost like they were taking care of him as if they knew him. And he wasn't killed in the same manner that the other kids were killed.
Like he was basically just a witness and had to go.
Right. So maybe they were, it sounds like someone was pissed off at this woman and this family and fucking sent some kind of message to whom, I don't know. It's also said that there's a sketch of a suspect that I think one of the kids drew because they did say they saw someone, or one of the kids, and it looks a lot like, it's very similar to Ing and Lake. And they lived about 4 hours south of Keddie, which is, of course, the big serial killers. And if you look at the sketch online, it fucking looks like them. Apparently, Charles Ing might have been in prison at the time, although it's kind of unclear.
Wait, it's a sketch of one person or two people?
I can't really tell. It might be a sketch of one person in two different looks.
Oh, I see.
But it does definitely look like Lake. What was Lake's first name?
Leonard Lake.
Leonard Lake. Thank you. My Lord. So
I was so proud that I just thought of that.
I know. I'm really impressed
I never
with you.
remember anything.
I don't either. We're perfect for having podcasts, right?
Sure.
So in this past couple months, the Plumas County Sheriff Greg Hagward has said we're arriving at points where we're going to be taking some next steps in the case, and they're crediting Reddit.
Yes,
they're like straight up.
Oh, I love that.
It's because these fucking people who have become obsessed with the case and are like dissecting it completely. It's pretty amazing.
Beautiful.
They tore down the cabin recently because people were just like fucking going there all the time. Hagwood said there are people, some still living in the county, who know what happened and were possibly involved, whether directly or after the fact. And circumstantial evidence was never enough to charge these two guys that everyone thinks did it. And so Dana Wingate, the kid who was a friend who came over, was not killed in the same fashion as the other two. He was beaten but not stabbed. He was strangled and was made comfortable by receiving a cushion from the couch to rest his head on prior to the execution. And you can see photos where like his head is blacked out, but you can see that his head is on a fucking pillow. And they're all like next to each other too, which is so awful to see each other die that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last thing I want to say about this is that John and Dana, the two boys who were killed, the two men who were killed, were last seen walking along State Route 70 near Quincy. So they were on their way home, and the crime may have already been in progress when they arrived at home. So I feel like Sue was the target, whether it was for rape or some kind of revenge or something like that. I think maybe she wasn't even supposed to get killed. So it sounds to me like it was botched.
And then they walked in and the whole thing turned into like
Right.
some kind of a fight where then they had to kill everybody.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Except for the kids in the back who maybe was one of the suspects' stepson. Fucked up.
Fucked up.
Oh, and someone on Reddit wrote, Keddie holds many skeletons in its closet. There were, in 1981, so many potential perps in town that you could have stood in the main street, thrown a dart with your eyes closed, and hit one. The Sharp family were in this idyllic little resort town surrounded by child molesters, drug runners, professional criminals, corrupt cops and businessmen, habitual transient, and at least one known serial killer.
Fuck.
I know.
Who's the known serial killer? Do you know?
I don't know.
I love that.
I know. I had his name, but I had never heard of him, and I forgot to look him up.
That's incredible.
I know.
It's so because it makes me think that they're reopening it now. Not of course because of the Reddit thing. I love the way this is like people are just be like, fine, if you're not going to solve it, we're going to fucking solve it.
Yeah, and everyone keeps coming to the same conclusion.
Yeah, that's amazing. But also, if it was an inside job or if it was some kind of like corrupt cop situation,
Yeah.
those people, it's like their power is gone. And so there's like new blood that's like, yeah, we can't have this just sitting and being like defining our town.
Well, actually, the new sheriff was around back then. He initially got fired before the murders because he said something inflammatory against the then sheriff, who was like, "You're out of here." But then when he got back he was reinstated, they forbade him from researching this case.
huh.
So now
That's weird.
Yeah, now that he's the sheriff, he's like super fucking into it.
It is on.
and it's on.
I wonder how much evidence is missing, like those tapes. Like, I wonder how much people fucked with it.
Yeah.
How hard it's going to be. You know what I mean?
Well, the fact that
so frustrating.
the main suspect was one of the sheriff's like best buds, and evidence got lost says so much about it.
Yeah,
like,
that's very suspicious.
yeah, evidence doesn't just get lost.
Right. You know how I first found out about this murder?
Mm-hmm.
And it surprised me because it is in California, although it really is like a different state.
Totally.
That part of California is like, there just no one lives up there. And then the people that do are the people who are trying to get away.
Absolutely.
Essentially. But did you ever see the movie The Strangers?
Oh, it's based on that.
Well, that's what they say, but they were like, because The Strangers was billed as a true story. But then after I saw The Strangers, I was like, that was so fucking crazy. What's the
Yeah.
true story? And they're basically like the Manson murders and the Keddie cabin murders.
So I never saw that movie. It's not similar at all.
Well, it's just people killing other people for no reason.
Oh.
Essentially, it's the loosest version of it based on a true story.
Well, there is a documentary about this murder that came out in 2004 that I think it was some kind of teacher was teaching his kids how to make a documentary, and someone suggested this murder, and the teacher got obsessed with it. So I guess there's a pretty good documentary online. You probably find it on YouTube.
Oh,
I think it's
see it.
called Cabin 28,
Cabin 28.
and it's just all the details of the murder.
Love it. I
Yeah.
wanna watch that.
Yeah. This was a good one. This was fun.
I liked this one a lot.
What should our next theme be? We should pick it at the end of every episode. Do you think?
Let's do the 90s.
Let's just go through the net. No, honestly, yeah. Let's do the 90s.
Should we?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Because I found a lot of good ones, and every time I saw what year it was from, I was like, damn it.
That actually happened to me too. It was always like either the 70s or the 90s when I was looking.
Okay, let's do the 90s this time, and then maybe we can do the 70s next time.
I wonder if there was like in the 90s, there was some, I was just going to say if there was a rave murder or a Junko Jeans murder. And we both know there was.
Well, yeah.
There was that amazing Michael, is it Selig murder?
Yeah.
That was crazy. Party Monster is a good movie.
Party Monster is a great movie that's based on that.
I'm sure everyone has seen it that's listening to this, but my God, it's dark.
I went to raves and wore Jinkos, so.
Dude, it's just, once again, it brings, I hate to be like, I don't want to sound like the church lady or anything because I've done plenty of drugs in my life, but they really are. No one talks about how it's like, pot is the gateway drug to, harder drugs, but harder drugs are the gateway drug to murder. They really are.
Yeah. I'm not going to say this because it's not true, but no one's fucking killed anyone on pot. That's not true at all.
Yeah, I'm sure it's 100%. But you know what it is? It's like someone's car just strangely listed over into, like a guy riding a bike or something. It's just purely from being out of it.
Did you hear that they just pulled 2 cars from like the 50s and 60s out of a lake and 6 people were found total and they were like missing people?
No.
And these are my favorite. Yeah.
All together?
No, their cars were side by side, but they were like years apart that they just drove into this lake.
Fuck.
And they pulled these 2 cars out. You can see the resting remains of these cars online.
Do you remember what city or what state?
I want to say Michigan because everything happens in Michigan, but that could be totally wrong. Could be Ohio. Everything happens in Ohio.
Everything. Oh, wait, which reminds me, this is my favorite thing I read on the Facebook page. And so everyone else probably already read it, but I just want to say this because it's so fucking awesome. So there have been all these bodies washing up in this small town in Ohio, in the Rust Belt.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of articles about it. There was a guy who posted my hometown murder, because I think that's probably where he's from. And then someone did an update, which is an article from Jezebel about how a sex worker in Las Vegas shot a guy that was trying to murder her.
Yes, she did.
And she killed him. And it turned out he had a full-on murder kit in his car. He had no money to pay her. He had bleach. He had handcuffs. He had all this stuff. There was no way it wasn't a murder kit.
He had done it before.
He had done it before. He had told her he was going to jail for a very long time, right before he thought he was going to kill her. And he had been a security guard at Hoover Dam, which creeped me out for some reason so badly.
It's because when people are in some kind of power or authority, you trust them.
Yeah. But they think that this guy might be connected to those Rust Belt murders because he has been in both places. Or at least they're like thinking that if he wasn't connected to that, he's definitely killed people before.
And so she grabbed his gun in some kind of tussle, right?
Yep. He was strangling her and she got his gun away from him and shot him dead.
Good for her.
Fuck yeah.
Listen, if you're going to fight back, you got to shoot to kill.
Do it. He's going to kill you.
I think about that often. Like if I had that chance, I would shoot someone in the fucking head. I wouldn't shoot them in the leg and debilitate them.
Also, it would be very difficult if you were not a trained professional to then be like, here's how I'm going to incapacitate this person. It's like someone's trying to kill you, you try to kill them. That's just like,
well, Karen knows how to use a gun, so don't fucking come after her. Apparently, I just learned that today.
Yeah, every podcast, I'm going to reveal a little bit more, and then it's going to turn out that I too am a serial killer.
What if you killed me?
The safety that you just flip the safety off.
What if in our 100th episode you murder me?
I feel like it'd be a great ending. I don't see what the problem is.
Let's say 200.
Okay. Or 250.
Okay.
All right. We have to finish.
Okay. Thanks for listening, you guys. Facebook, Twitter,
this and that.
You know how to find us.
Thanks for being there.
Thanks for listening.
Okay. Bye.
Stay sexy, Karen. Don't get murdered.
I think this is a very, like, you and I being honest about drugs and alcohol and the actual experience that we had, that kind of thing of like, don't do meth.
Yeah.
Don't do meth.
Take it from us. Don't do meth.
Don't do it. Just don't do it is, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Add it to the list of things we just didn't know we were doing.
Right. Yeah. Innocent. But it's like, what if us talking about that's going to help a 13-year-old not do it?
I hope so.
13. God,
I know.
So young.
So unfortunately, there's no updates on this case. And I think that the investigation was so bungled that like there's just not a lot of, I wish it would be solved. It seems like everyone kind of knows who did it, but I don't think that'll ever be, I don't think they'll be brought to justice, unfortunately.
You mean because like the people in the town?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's clear when you when you read about the story, who did it.
Yeah.
Who had motive, who had opportunity, who had means. It's like clear.
Right.
But yeah, who knows?
Got to have that evidence.
Yeah.
Got to have it. Because also sometimes it's clear and then that isn't the person.
Right. That's a very good point. Yes.
Which is like, it's almost, and I don't know what qualifies as like a mass murder. I'm sure there's a very specific number.
Yeah.
But it's killing so many people.
Yeah.
It's just why.
And children. It's just
Horrifying.
awful.
And also, you mentioned which this is also very fascinating. Aaron pointed out that in the show you mentioned that there was a serial killer up there at the time.
Right.
People were saying, but no one knows who that serial killer is.
I do. It's Leonard Lake.
So he was just like, he lived up there.
I don't know if I know he was up there at some point, and then one of the kids drew a sketch of the killer, and it looked like Leonard Lake.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, so should we get to what the title would be? I mean, 13 going on Murdy. It's pretty hard to top that, right?
It is. It's tough, but that's a professional sitcom writer. So
Yeah, totally.
there's pink triangles and light blue dots, which was me explaining what the 80s were like.
That's exactly it.
It really was.
And then appetizer happy hour, which is you saying that before we get into the main course of the show, we talk about the tabloid and all that stuff. It's the appetizer happy hour. Two of my favorite fucking things in one.
For real. I think Owen still wins.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm going to top it.
They just can't.
Well, thanks for listening to this episode of Rewind, you guys. We really appreciate you listening and enjoying if you do.
Yeah, come back every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And if you want to walk down memory lane with us, this is basically what we do. And sometimes there are case updates. This is just a bad combination of not really, but there's always things to look back on.
There is. If you feel like it, give us a fucking 5 stars or rate, review, subscribe, whatever. We appreciate you.
However you feel at this moment in time.
Yeah.
And other than that, stay sexy.
And don't get murdered.
Goodbye.
Elvis, do you want a cookie?
Hey, everybody. Here's the thing about other home security systems. They're all designed for after the window breaks, after someone's inside, after you get the notification, after the police come. SimpliSafe is the first system designed for before, stopping a break-in before it even begins.
That's right. Unlike traditional security systems that only alert you after a break-in is already underway, SimpliSafe is designed to help prevent the crime before it starts. Their cameras can detect suspicious activity at the perimeter and alert live U.S.-based agents. Then SimpliSafe's agents assess the threat, intervene, speak through the camera to scare off the intruders, and call for 911 dispatch.
That's right, and SimpliSafe has been protecting your world for 20 years, everybody. So celebrate their anniversary and save 60% on your new SimpliSafe system at simplisafe.com/stuff. That's 60% off, you guys, at simplisafe.com/stuff. Plus, when you order, write in our show name and the How Did You Hear About Us survey to let them know that we sent you. Don't forget, there's no safe like SimpliSafe.
You know that fantasy where you run into your ex while looking impossibly cute and wildly unbothered? Hill House makes the perfect dress for that moment. Or if you're just running errands. Hill House Home is the brand behind the viral nap dress, known for its signature smocking, ultra-flattering fit, and comfort that makes it a favorite for just about everyone. Celebrities like Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, Anne Hathaway, and Mindy Kaling have all been spotted in Hill House. These dresses are the definition of versatile, perfect for running errands in the morning and stylish enough for dinner or a party that night. And it's not all they carry. They started with bedding back in 2016, and now you'll find bathrobes, pajamas, children's clothes, and maternity, all with the cutest prints. And it's so true. The hardest time picking out one nap dress because the prints are so dreamy and beautiful. But now that I have it, I'm going to wear it all day, every day. I'm going to throw on my leather jacket at night and look like a total badass. Cowboy boots or cute heels, whatever it is, this nap dress can make it look classy. You look like that classy lady you see at the airport. Hill House makes fun fashion that makes you feel good. Get 15% off your first order of $100 or more at hillhousehome.com with code MURDER15. That's MURDER15 for 15% off at hillhousehome.com. Goodbye.
Vacation planning should feel like a breeze, not a deep dive into countless travel sites searching for the best deal.
With Cheap Caribbean's Budget Beach Finder, you can search every destination and every date all in one search.
You'll save time and money with the Budget Beach Finder.
Say goodbye to endless scrolling and tab hopping, and hello to Budget Beach Bliss at your fingertips.
Go to cheapcaribbean.com to try out the Budget Beach Finder and see just how stress-free vacation planning should be.
Goodbye.